power, design, and an incredible display. The MacBook Ultra should look a lot like this, including its OLED touchscreen. This is the HP OmniBook X Flip 14, a very lightweight, versatile laptop with highly capable performance. And not just because it can be used as a tablet. It comes with an Intel Core Ultra 7 processor and 32 GB of RAM, although it also has some drawbacks, as you'll see later on. You already know that on this channel I travel far to review all kinds of technology in wild natural environments, like the ones you're seeing now. The problem is that sometimes I expose the devices I test to too much risk and almost end up with disasters, and you'll see exactly what I mean at the end of this video. But let's get to this impressive HP OmniBook X Flip 14. But first of all, let's check out these two accessories. The first one is a wired backlit keyboard. You can remove the keys, you can customize it however you want, and it's also at a very good price. Look, it also comes with these tweezers, already included in the set. Here are the papers and the cable, a braided cable from USB-A to USB-C. And here is this mechanical keyboard. You'll see it better later because the backlighting is absolutely amazing. Also, it has a really nice feel. I've been using it for quite a while, and honestly, I've really liked it, especially the feeling you get when pressing the keys. It's very satisfying. Take a look at the back because it has these kind of non-slip stripes. Honestly, it looks really good, not just because of the design, but also because of the feel. And now let's move on to the second accessory, which would be these wireless headphones to which you can also attach a microphone. Honestly, they sound pretty good. The sound is pretty V-shaped. Here is the USB-C to USB-C cable. Here you also have an adapter to connect it to Wi-Fi, so you get better quality, and here you also have the microphone. As you can see, with that hinge section, it feels pretty solid. It ends with a 3.5mm audio jack, so you can connect it easily. There you can see all the buttons, the volume wheel to switch between Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Like I said, with Wi-Fi it will sound better, and this part is backlit with RGB. And notice how comfortable it is. That said, it might be a bit warm to use in the summer and you could sweat a little. But anyway, let's move on to this HP OmniBook X.
Geese.
And the first thing that stands out is its design, with this bluish metallic gray finish. It looks really good. It looks great. And also, the weight is just under 1.40 kilos, which makes it extremely versatile and very portable. Take a look at these joints at this hinge where the HP model name is printed. That's where one of the fan vents is, those slats. The truth is, you'll hear it later. But what surprised me is it's not very noisy, making it easy to work with. Running demanding games like Final Fantasy 15, which you'll see later, it stayed quiet and didn't stand out for noise, which I like. I'll discuss the impressive hardware later. But you can already see the keyboard here in blue, which honestly looks pretty good, and there you're getting a bit of a preview of its hardware. And, well, the touchpad is quite large and the click is also pretty satisfying. If you don't have the mechanical keyboard I showed you, the built-in laptop keyboard is more than enough. Everything is very flat, it's well recessed, it has this blue tab that sticks out, and that's actually one of the secrets of this HP OmniBook X. It can be folded like a tablet, multiplying its versatility by 10. By the way, that wave you see on the left is the one that almost swept this laptop away. You'll see it at the end of the video. But let's get to the real tests of this HP, and I'm telling you it's an absolute beast. The first thing that stands out is its OLED screen. The 2K OLED with a response time of just 0.2 milliseconds, and it's also touch-enabled. But you're already noticing its biggest downside, and I think it's one of the biggest drawbacks of this laptop overall. And that's because the glossy screen has that reflective effect. It almost looks like a mirror. It looks great. The design is amazing. It's really beautiful. But in terms of usability, maybe a matte screen, or at least a glossy effect that's not so reflective, would have been more interesting, especially if you'll use it where there are many lights, since they'll reflect. But putting that aside, the truth is that the brightness level is quite high. Although I would have liked a lower brightness level, I mean for it to go down a bit more, so I could use it conveniently in low-light environments. That said, in terms of colors and details, it's absolutely amazing for watching any multimedia content. Even though it's a so-called small screen, at 14 inches, you'll be able to see everything incredibly well. Also, since you can use it as a tablet, you'll have a huge 14-inch tablet with an exceptional screen and truly pure blacks. As for the ports, 2 USB Type-A ports with a speed of 10 GB and HDMI 2.1, a Thunderbolt 4 USB Type-C with a speed of 40 GB per second, and a USB Type-C 3.1 with 10 GB per second. It also includes a 3.5mm jack port, and I like this physical tab to cover the camera, which is already included in the HP laptop itself. By the way, it includes Windows Hello so you can unlock it simply with your face, and its keyboard is also backlit with 2 brightness levels. And this is how the mechanical keyboard would look, how it would sound. Here are the headphones, as I mentioned, with RGB. Just like the keys, you can also configure this, and these covers are magnetized, so if you don't like them, you can simply remove them. The truth is that the level of customization is amazing on both accessories. And look, for example, I think this is the option I like the most, almost magical on this keyboard. With that RGB, you have 3 lighting options, which you can also choose. And for those who love mechanical keyboards, without a doubt, it offers excellent value for money. One of those alternatives you should keep in mind, but let's talk about the hardware, how it's able to handle day-to-day work, even games, this HP OmniBook X. What I recommend it most for is office work, and even for editing photos or videos. I've used Adobe Premiere. Here I'm going to show you some of the graphs, one of the statistics for reference. This is mainly so you can get an idea. You can pause the video to read them carefully. Intel Core, Ultra 7 processor at 258, and the storage in this case is a 1TB SSD. The RAM is 32GB DDR5X, and the integrated graphics card is an Intel Arc 140. Also, the operating system is Windows 11 Home, but besides all those numbers and the benchmarks, in daily use it works quite well. It's very quiet. However, the battery is a bit unpredictable. Depending on what you use it for, it can last you more than 10 hours or less. For example, if you work with office applications or watch videos or other media, it will last you more than 10 hours without any problem. However, if you push the integrated graphics a bit more and use it, for example, to edit videos, you should know that its battery performance will drop sharply. Maybe this would be another small downside. Hey, and how do games run on it? Well, you can already see it connected to a controller, and it's true that this game is, let's say, not very demanding. You can see that everything runs very smoothly, everything on ultra settings, and this is how the fans would sound. At full power, listen closely. You've already heard it. It's barely noticeable. And that's something I love about this HP. It's one of the things I've liked the most, that it's very quiet. But now let's try it with a really top-tier game. And that's Final Fantasy XVI. Graphically, it's a powerhouse, a beast. And as you can see, this HP can't run it. It's not very smooth. It's too much. Obviously, it's less than 1.5 kilos. It's an integrated graphics card and an Intel Core 7 Ultra. But what happens when I plug it in? I lower the resolution from 2K down to 720p, for example. Well, that's when the magic happens. And even though it doesn't look perfect, 720p isn't very high. And obviously, everything is set to low. Well, as you can see, it runs pretty smoothly. By the way, special mention to the headphones on the right. They sound really good. And it's a nice bonus that you can connect a microphone to them. When it comes to gaming, honestly, it performs really well. And here you have some charts showing the power this HP is capable of delivering in games. Just so you get an idea, this OmniBook X isn't designed to be a hardcore gaming laptop. I think HP has other configurations for that. But as you can see, if you set the right resolution and put everything on low, even pretty demanding games like this one will run quite well. And as for its speaker system, this is how it would sound. Now, before he recovers. Even so, as I told you, I would recommend it, especially for office work, for working, for media consumption, for writing. That's where the battery will really shine. But anyway, let's get to the price of this HP OmniBook X. As you can see, it's 1,299 euros for this configuration with 32 GB and 1 TB SSD. The headphones are also available in black for 129.99, and the keyboard is currently at 98.35. It's not on the HP website. On the HP website, you have the new model for 149.99 euros. With some extra updated configurations, honestly, it's much more high-end. I'll leave all the links below in the video description. My conclusion is that it's a great Ultrabook. It's powerful, has a pretty lightweight, beautiful, and sturdy design, and a spectacular OLED screen, especially if you won't be using it somewhere with too much glare. I really like the mechanical keyboard, and the headphones are also a good option for those interested. As always, if you have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll leave you with a shot that almost kept this video from ever existing, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care, and see you soon.